What's up, traders? Welcome to live streaming from Forex Trading Wizard Academy. This is Forex Wizard, the trading coach. I will be doing a live trading session, live analysis, and live discussion that we do every Monday to Friday. This is the first day of trading week. As you know that this day is very important for all of us. As you know, this is the first day everyone open trades. The market is volatile because of the weekend over, and there's a lot of volume coming in the market. As we see that there is sentiment change in the market after the NFP, which is a little bit of surprising for many of us. So that's good that we see some sentiment change, and with that change in the market environment, let's see what kind of trading opportunity we have in this live session. Any trade coming up, we'll jump on it. So keep in mind that everything here is educational, so make sure everything you keep as educational as possible. And now, before I begin this session, as you know that you need to do one thing, is smash the like button and also hit that subscribe button if you haven't done yet, so that you don't miss out any of the content, live session, live analysis, as well as educational content that we are releasing every single day. So I'll be starting with, as usual, on gold. So make sure that you stick till around. As you have seen, gold is very volatile and doing exactly as it is, as we expected. Now, first I'll look at the multi-time frame aspect on gold to see how it is doing. Looking at, first of all, monthly perspective on gold. Now, from the monthly, we can see that gold, in fact, currently from the monthly is bullish. Now, we may not be able to relate on the lower time frame. Let's look at overall picture. Gold is bullish. There is a monthly support here. Okay, this is a very important monthly level of support, and in that zone, with this support, we saw that there is a wickless candle on the monthly. There's a big bullish candle followed by this red candle here, which in fact penetrated this support zone here, and then we saw that higher low has been created from this zone. With that higher low creation, we saw that gold has bounced to the upside with this big move. Now, with this bounce, what we see that gold this month, after little penetration, the price again started to move to the upside. Now, if we look at the weekly, we can see that from the weekly perspective, previous week there is a bullish candle. This week so far we have seen that as soon as market open, there is a drop, and there is a reason behind this drop. I will explain. There are two factors that you can consider on this drop, is the technical as well as the fundamental aspect of trading. Now, if I look at the daily, what we see that from the daily perspective, that this market from the daily is in fact as soon as market open after this doji on the daily, we have seen that there is a significant drop almost to 1989 zone. Big drop today early has happened on the daily, which is a little bit of unexpected. Now, let's look at the reason behind it. Now, there is a big reason, as over the weekend we saw that there is a big sentiment change, and the sentiment change, the change of sentiments has come from mainly the fundamental source. So I'll just discuss what causes the gold to drop in this today's market. So firstly, we have seen that there is a sudden strengthening on US dollar with the NFP release. Now, why does this happen? Firstly, we have seen that with the NFP release, there are some positive data came out for dollar. We have seen that. Now, if I clearly look at that, we see that US dollar has gone a strength is mainly, we have seen there is a positive data on unemployment rate, as well as we have seen that non-farm payroll and all of the data. So if I look at go back to the data, then I can exactly tell you what was the factors that increase that. Let me look at the exact data so that I can exactly explain to you what was the factors that causes DXY to go up. So if we look at the Forex factory news calendar, then we can exactly know the data. So if we review here, let me look at that that point. So exactly I can tell you where is the factors that causes DXY to increase. So if we go back to the NFP that released last week, what have we seen? That firstly, non-farm employment change is well above than the expected. So expected was 228k, where we have seen that there is a significant increase in non-farm employment change. So positive for DXY for the dollar. And we have seen that unemployment rate has dropped to 3.5% from 3.6%. And average hourly earnings also, we see that there is a positive growth then in comparison with the previous 0.2%. This one forecast was 0.3. It is not less than this, which is a positive sign. That so all this positive data has given a boost on DXY, and because of that we have seen that over the weekend there is a strengthening on US dollar. And with that strengthening on US dollar, we have seen that initially there is a sudden drop on gold. As you know, that gold is inversely related to DXY, and when there is a little bit of a relief on economy, there is a risk on sentiment, and because of that we saw that there is a drop on gold. And if you closely look at the past history, if I look at the monthly, I can tell you this candle on the gold, you can see this one has formed in last time when there was a war between Russia and Ukraine. You remember that during that time I was analyzing the market. So during that time we have seen that in Russia and Ukraine there was a big war between the Russia and Ukraine, and during that time we have seen that there was a bubble on gold, and we have seen this bubble burst to the downside. Now whenever you see there is an uncertainty on the economy, you see that there will be a sudden burst on gold, because it's considered as the safe haven. And whenever you see there is a relief on the economy, that bubble started to burst. So with that in mind, as gold has a significant movement to the upside, from the fundamental perspective we can expect some relief on that economy. So that extra bubble on gold is likely to now a little bit of subside, and because of that we see the drop on gold. This is the fundamental side of it. Now let's look at the technical aspect of this gold. Always keep in mind the price normally moves as per fundamental as well as technical aspect. So we need to look at both of this. We can look at in many ways from the price action perspective, or we can look at directly to the fundamental what happened. Now if we look at the completely technical side of it, we saw that this is the daily chart on gold, and there is this is the daily support, and we saw that gold back to back there is a two bullish engulfer here, has a big impulsive move to the upside. Now with that move, this one also has formed and back to back 3 days uprise. Now we see that it is in a pullback. So if we place our Fibonacci from starting of this move to the end of the move, we see that the price now highly likely that may come to 61.8% Fibonacci is if the fundamental, as I mentioned, that is a bit stronger. That means the bubble is a bit bigger. We might see even further drop in this market to this daily 20 EM. And now if I go back to the monthly, what we see that this daily 20 EM is exactly on the monthly opening and closing zone, and this is a very very hot area. And definitely if the price managed to drop today or tomorrow in that zone at 1969 or 1970 area, I will definitely go for a big buy from that zone, at least for a short term, with a very very good lot on it, because this is a very important area and very high probability that if the price managed to drop to this level, there will be a big move to the upside, and this is a very important area of value. So this is where I will be looking for if the price drop there. But now you can say, okay, where we can find now trading opportunity. Already, as you have seen in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy, as I promised to everyone, and also I posted analysis guys today on gold. Let's go back to 1 hour chart, and in the analysis, what did I say? That I posted the analysis on YouTube as well as in TradingView and everywhere. This is what I mentioned, that gold is likely to go ahead and test the zone 2000 level, and we could see a drop, and gold did exactly as it is. Now once the market opened early today, we have secured a trade with 2-to-1 reward to risk in the Sydney morning, and then in London session we have secured another gold trade, back to back two winning trades on gold that we have secured as per the analysis in our VIP Telegram channel in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. So you have seen there is a big movement as analyzed. So make sure guys you subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss out this kind of analysis when I'm posting on the channel, because for those who are already in our Academy Telegram channel, you already have got that. If you are not there, so that you don't miss out this kind of things. Now this is the exact entry, stop loss and take profit target. You can see all those. This is the one that lastly we have just given. Gold sell 2000, we have sold at 2000 from here just maybe half an hour earlier, and stop loss at 2003 and take profit at 1993. We have closed in that zone at 1996. It's just a 15 minutes ago. It's just a trade in 15 minutes. We have closed 1% profit on this one as well here. So back to back two great trades early today. So let's look at now where we can find next gold trading opportunity if it is in this live session. Now if I look at again to the low on the lower time frame, what we can expect on gold from the this is the 5-minute chart. What I see that this that this trade already closed. So let's look at where we can find next trading opportunity. From the 5 minutes, you can see there is already a drop and in a pullback to the upside. Again we see that the price is rejecting. So let's find out how we can find. This is the 5-minute chart. Let me look at the 15 minutes. There is a doji has formed. What I think guys, that we might see further downward momentum on this one, as on the daily in the pre-London session. This is what I mentioned, that because you can see daily there is already a drop after a pullback. Now we can expect further drop in this one. So let's see how it is evolving. Already we have closed the trade with this one here. Now we saw there is a doji has formed. There is, I think that there will be another drop now. Let me see, this 15 minutes candle is another bearish candle. Close that trend. Let's look at. You see that there is another bearish candle here. You can see there is a long doji. We could see further drop now on gold, and let's see how it does. I think that the price now will just continue to drop. Okay, so let me know in the chat guys which one you are up to, so that we can trade together. Don't hesitate to ask me any question. So hi coach, very volatile market indeed. Looking forward to this session. Thank you very much. So you see that gold is forming another bearish price action. Hi Darley, thank you coach. Euro USD, absolutely. I'm Gbpusd, BTC USD. Hi coach, I have problem with electricity. That is just some of the live stream I missed. No problem, Faber. Just be patient. Sometimes it happens, electricity some area. So what you can do, you can just when you can stay present. GBP can be big bear. What's your analysis? We'll look at it. Coach, can I join gold now? Stephens, yeah, we already closed gold. I think it's already dropped, and I think it will drop further. I will not recommend anyone to be bullish. I think that gold will continue to drop further to the downside. Euro USD back, yeah, I'm bearish about it. Okay, thank you. Dollar yen, yeah, we see that in fact in all the DXY is bullish. We saw there is a strong drop on euro dollar, GBP USD, and in all of them. Yeah, the good evening, sir. Thank you. Nicole, where would you buy gold from? I'll not I will go buy gold from if it drops to daily 20 EMA in that zone, but otherwise I'll remain bearish. As you can see, we are making good money on selling gold, back to back 2 winning trades early today. That's amazing. That's what we will be keep doing it, keep selling gold. Elizabeth, hi everyone, very volatile today. Yep, Elizabeth, thank you. I see that very volatile. Looking at natural gas, lots of volume. Yep. Okay, so let's see that. You can see gold, in fact it's still showing a very strong bearish momentum on it. Okay, and I think that the way it has formed the price action on gold, if I look at the 1 hour chart, you can see there's a big long bearish candle is being formed, and I think that this market will drop, and it could even come to this zone where there is a daily 20 EMA, and we see that there is the market is in fact forming. You can see a big bearish candle, and this one also forming a red candle. I think that the price will just continue to drop. So yeah, these two trades that you can see, we just have secured profit. So this is one, and the other one here. Okay, so we secured both of them, and now I'm looking forward to have more in this live session. You see that there is a big drop coming up. So as I mentioned, that there is there are 2 reasons. There is one technical, the other one is a fundamental. There is a sentiment change on gold, and we have seen that in fact with that sentiment change, gold coming down with this big drop. We have to be, you can see there is a movement coming with a big, gold does this all the time. When it drops, you see that it drops drastically, which is coming down now, and as soon as we'll find an entry, we'll jump on again. So you see that there is a weakless candle here, just has come down. Okay, and the way it is forming price action, for me, I think that gold will just continue to drop to this support level. Okay, so we'll keep that watching. Let me look at the euro dollar. There is a candle close coming in 8 minutes. We see that all of them. Let's look at AUD USD. Okay, there is a big drop happen on AUD USD. You can see after testing this 20 EMA on the 4 hour, there is a big rejection to the downside. And also we see that GBP USD also, there is a break from the support zone. Now from the daily perspective, we see that GU is approaching this daily 20 EMA, which is in fact a very important area of value. So GU, as well as I think all the USD pairs now heading to daily 20 EMA. Euro dollar also approaching this daily 20 EMA, and I think that the price highly likely will come back here, will test this level with this movement, and from this zone we might see that the price again creating the bullish move. So if we see that in this live session, let's say the price is hitting this resistance zone from the very lower time frame, we might look for a potential trading opportunity to the upside if we see that big hit on this daily 20 EMA. If a very long candle hit that daily 20 EMA, and then we'll look for reversal, we'll go for short-term bullish. Okay, so you see that, and the price is doing exactly as it is, as expected. And when there is a reversal, this is the monthly candle, and we can see that the price has in fact reached the resistance zone on the GBPUSD. On the monthly, the price has crossed all this high and then has come to the support level. This is the monthly opening and closing. Let's draw all of them, and this is the monthly low. Okay, if we look at the weekly, we can see the previous weekly opening and closing and previous weekly low. And if we consider half of this weekly zone, that we can see that this is the weekly support. So these are the three important level on GBPUSD to have a bounce. Now from the daily perspective, we can see that the price is approaching this daily 20 EMA, which is a very important area of value. What I think that after testing this level, we could see a little bit of upside movement on this one initially. Okay, so there is a big rejection coming up, and yeah, so this is exactly expected. Now what I think that GU, like the euro dollar and DXY, we need to wait for further drop. And this is a long-term bull market. At this point, from the lower time frame, from the 4 hour, it will not be a good idea to sell from here. Already we have seen a significant drop, and you can see this in this. If you look at the left side, what we see that there is a big bullish market, doji, another movement. Now it is coming down. It might even come down to break this low, and then we could see that the price again going to the upside. This is the technical, and from the fundamental, we see that there is a very a strengthening on DXY due to the NFP release. We have seen a positive data for DXY, and that boosting the DXY. So this is where we see the price has this movement to the downside. So we'll be looking for potential opportunity once you see the price in a zone. At this point, just you need to look at, because it could be a significant change in sentiment. Let's say if we see that due to this positive growth on, so we see that there's a big drop on gold, almost 1990 level. So going back to gold, okay, so we see big drop on gold. So our eye will be, so you see already the price reached that daily support level. So we saw that there was initially from this market opening, there's a big drop and pullback. Now we have seen another wave of drop. So we might see now a break of this daily low, and it might have a very long drop in this market, because as I mentioned, sometime you see that fundamental plays a very big role that might defy the logic of technical aspect. And that's why it is also sometimes it is also good to keep eye on, especially NFP. And you can see that, let me recap some of the part that we can look at. So we see that there is a comment here: a combination of supporting factors assist the US dollar to gain strong follow-through traction of the first day of new week, which in turn exerts downward pressure on euro dollar pair. In fact, USD index, which tracks the greenback against the against the basket currencies, spikes to 1 week high. So there is a further policy tightening by Federal Reserve. In fact, the market are now pricing in a greater chance of a 25 bias points lift off at the next FOMC meeting in May, and the bets were lifted by the mostly upbeat US employment details released on Friday. Apart from this, heightened US-China tension over Taiwan and generally weaker tone around the equity market further lent support to the safe haven buck. So investors, however, seems convinced that US central bank will cut rates in the second half of the year. The same signs of slowing economic growth. So there is something, some other factors that, especially the FOMC, upcoming FOMC policy change also affecting this US dollar. So if we look back, okay, so you see that there is a considerable movement. There's a considerable change in the DXY dollar index. Let's look at this one. Now you see that there is a big movement happen as a result on DXY, which caused this price to spike to the upside. Now if we look at weekly time frame on DXY, we see that once the market opened, there is a wickless candle. Okay, there is a gap open and an immediate movement to the upside. Now with this movement, what we could see now, this is the impulse to the downside. Now let's place the Fibonacci level here on the weekly pole, and there are two zones that we can look at from the Fibonacci perspective on DXY. So 38.2%, 50%, and 61.8%. For me, what I think that because of the there are some change in the policy, we might see some further upward movement on DXY from the fundamental traders. So you might be thinking of then how does fundamental technical aspect play a role in the market. Keep in mind that there is always some trader who trade in mostly based on fundamental. Some trader trade on mostly based on the technical aspect. Some trader combine them. So because of when the fundamental become very, very stronger, the reason or the policy become very considerable, then you see that there is a very, very, very stronger movement in the market, and in most cases you see defy some technical analysis as well. You see that in that case, in many cases, the technical analysis will not work, and the price will break some levels and then will come back down again. So with that being said, DXY might go a bit aggressively to the upside because of this NFP release, and this is why we see that there is a strong drop on gold. Now if this drop is continuing, then we have to keep selling. This is the another best thing in our as a forex trader, that you have the opportunity either to buy or sell whichever the market is heading. So we see that the price already has broken today's low, just has broken this is the support, it's the today's low on a zone, and as it is continuing to drop, we can expect this price now come to the next level where weekly and daily perspective, this is the daily, this is the Fibonacci level, I think. Let me look at it. Okay, we see that yeah, this is the 61.8% Fibonacci level, which is 1980 and then 1970. Now if in case today the price dropped to 1970, that's a big zone for a potential buying opportunity for us. In the meantime, we'll look for potential selling opportunity as soon as you will see that opportunity coming to us. So you saw that after this consolidation, as expected, there is a significant drop in this market. So let me know in the chat which one you are looking at. So looking at natural gas, lots of volume came through. Yeah, sell dollar yen, Shan Selim. Gold I was holding buy position 200, and do you have to Shan Selim, I see that there is a probability for drop, so I will not recommend to buy now, because we saw that, as I mentioned, so far we discussed, there is a change in sentiment on the market, and we could see that it might even it might have highly likely that it will come at least to this daily 20 EMA, and from this zone we could see even coming down further before going to the upside, or you might see a range in that zone, because from the monthly, this is the monthly opening and closing here. Okay, and as I mentioned, that if the policy that Fed changes its policy in the next meeting, which is coming up, we could see a very strong drop on gold. This happens, as I mentioned in the past. You see that this long wick candle has formed during the Russian-Ukraine war. This bubble formed, price has reached that high and then created a significant movement once the bubble is burst. So during this collapse in the bank, you have seen early, I think last month, there was a couple of banks collapse and there was a bubble. Okay, so whenever there is any kind of uncertainty comes in the economy, gold started to bubble up, and when gold started to bubble up, we see that that bubble will burst. And when does it burst? You need a pin to poke it, and the NFP data is where we saw that there was a poke on the market, that bubble, that burst that bubble, and as a result we see that there is some drop coming. Now with that drop, because if we see again there is a fear coming in the market, we could see again drastic drop even to the support level. Anything can happen, and it could come back down again, and it again next month we could see going to the upside. So because of that, when it is dropping, let it drop until it reverses back, and when it drops, sell the market. This is the beauty of being a forex trader. You can trade in both sides. Okay, when it is dropping, don't think of buying, sell the market. And that's why we have sold twice early today. This is once the market opened, we have sold in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy, and we have closed 2 times profit in it, and we have sold again just before the live session starts. And these are the 2 trades, all of them have sent, and we have closed them with profit in gold. And if you want to trade all of them with us, like we are doing with entry, stop loss and take profit, and also learn our strategies, become to be an independent professional trader, then you can find the link in the description area. You can join us to become a profitable trader and also learn our strategies, be part of our trading community. We do have a great environment. We have a VIP chat group where regularly traders posting their ideas, discussing about trade ideas and all the content. You will be part of this trading community, and every day we will conduct with our VIP students regular question and answer sessions, as well as you will be able to show your chart to the coach, as well as you can get any clarification that you require. So there is a great value in it. I will recommend you to join us if you are interested to learn more about trading gold and all the instrument that we are trading in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Link in the description, and also you can find a link at the top of the chat. Also I can give you a link to the website here on the live chat. You can visit the website and join us to become an independent trader. So mentorship, this is the mentorship website link, and you can find it to see. So this is the analysis that I have posted early today on YouTube, exactly the price did. So you can watch that too, that free analysis. But still dollar yen, yeah, absolutely too wrong, coach. It's today bank holiday. Some areas not. It depends. William, dollar yen. Afternoon, please discuss dollar CAD. Yeah, absolutely. What do you think? Gold can fall to 1930. I think that gold might drop to, so you're saying that 1930. Okay, so there are a couple of zones that I can think of gold. For me, I think that gold might see, if you look at my first weekly Forex forecast at the beginning of the month, what did I mention? That gold might be forming a monthly doji. I think that gold might do that. You see that after this big monthly bullish candle, initially after testing this, we have seen gold has broken to the upside on the monthly. Now it is dropping, right? What I think that gold might come back down and break this monthly low. You see that gold might break this monthly low, and then you see again shooting to the upside, and again coming back down, probably closing as a doji, which is very likely to happen. One probability. Another probability is for gold to continue to drop again to this support level, which is also another probability to create a higher low. Now there is, as I mentioned, there is a big factor, also a fundamental, how Fed rate change and other factors will involve in this movement. But for the time being, as we see that there is a sentiment change, bubble is getting burst, we could see that there is some movement to the downside on gold. I think it might be coming to 1970, or even breaking down further to 1951 level could be. So you're saying 1930 to this monthly opening and closing zone, which also possible. So let's see what's happening. We first need to see how the market is doing, and then we can expect to go trade it. So at the moment, okay, so here that there is a candle close on all the instrument. Let's see what it has done. We see AUD CAD, there is a big long bearish engulfer. AUD CAD is bearish, AUD NZD, Aussie yen, I'm just looking at all of them. Okay, AUD CHF also bearish. So we see that AUD pairs getting a little bit of weaker due to the weakness in gold. So Gbpusd is a bullish engulfer. AUD USD from this 20 EMA, there is a big drop here. We see there is a sell signal according to our TF strategy, but the only thing that I need to look at is if you look at the daily, we could see from this doji the price has dropped. Now from the monthly, we can see that the price has already crossed the monthly high. So there is a very high probability now for AUD USD to drop, as this is the weekly doji which also cross all this weekly high. So this candle has a huge volume in it, and there is a very high probability for AUD USD to continue to drop. Now from the 4-hour perspective, we see that from this head and shoulder, AUD USD has a significant drop, and what I will be waiting for AUD USD to go ahead and test this level, this resistance, support as a resistance, and once we will see long wick candle is being created, we can sell AUD USD. So looking at Euro GBP, I'm just looking at all the instrument how they are doing. Okay, Euro AUD, which is a bull market, and we saw that Euro AUD, this is also another bullish candle on Euro AUD, cross the doji, cross all of them. This is also a very strongly bullish market. The price approaching this monthly resistance, but the way we see that from the weekly on Euro AUD, this is a very strong bullish candle on the weekly. From the daily as well, we see that after the daily doji, Euro AUD, after testing this half of this daily week, we have seen the price again showing significant bullish move. I think that Euro AUD may continue to rise from here, very highly likely. If in case it drops to this 20 EMA, it will be in fact a massive probability for going to the upside. I think this candle will be respected on Euro AUD. Euro NZD, in the similar way, we see that back to back two candles cross, so this both of them are bullish candle on Euro NZD. Euro CAD, we have seen that also this one has grabbed liquidity from the support. I think this one also will continue to rise. Just looking at quickly all of them except Euro dollar has a big drop. Now we need to see a retest of this support like the AUD USD. So this support now has broken. We need to see a retest of this support as resistance, and then we can expect for selling. As we see, if we see that DXY is pushing to the upside, Euro dollar will continue to the downside. JPY, we saw that there is a big bullish engulfer here from this 20 EMA, and according to our TF strategy, we see that there is a buy alert on JPY, and we saw that there is a big move happen from this level on JPY. Now this candle is a bullish candle. I think that JPY will continue to rise, and from the multi-time frame, I will do multi-time frame analysis after this one. First, let me quickly look at all of them. GBP showing downward bias as CHF is getting stronger. GBP USD downward bias as expected. NZD CAD also showing downward bias. Gold bearish as we discussed. Dollar Swiss franc, we see that strengthening. NZD USD very strong bearish candle, and it could be a big drop if we see that. And now dollar CAD, looking at bigger picture, we see that there's a big bullish engulfer on dollar CAD. Now if we see, now all of them are going in the similar direction. So if we see that, let's say DXY is getting stronger, dollar CAD will continue to rise. If we see DXY again coming down from the 20 EMA, we could see DXY dollar CAD is going up. But we see that there is a big buy alert here according to our TF strategy on dollar CAD, because there is a big bullish engulfer, and this is satisfying our trend following strategy rules of our TF strategy. I think that USD CAD will continue to rise to the upside. So this one we will be looking for buying opportunity once we will see the price tested this level. So let's see what it does. Okay, US oil, as I mentioned earlier, it's in a sideways movement on US oil. Okay, this market moving in a sideways. We'll be waiting for a test of this gap. Okay, and then I'll look for potential buying opportunity on US oil. US30 and NASDAQ, they both are coming down as expected. I think that NASDAQ might come to this 20 EMA or even break down further before creating bullish move, as we see that strengthening on DXY causing this instrument to come to the downside. So I will be looking at GBP/JPY now and detailed analysis to see where we can find trading opportunity. Guys, let me know in the chat how you are doing on this. Hello coach Suresh, love from Pakistan. Thank you Suresh. Thanks for your appreciation. I really appreciate your support to the channel. Free Telegram channel. Yeah, you guys can join the free Telegram channel, link given on the chat. Any update, any kind of trade that we are running or opening, if there is any trade we open in this live session that we do sometime more often, all the updates given on the free Telegram channel and all the education. So make sure you can join that, link in the description area of this video, or there's a link given on the chat area. Coach, what up or down this week? Look like Suresh gold is showing some downward bias. We are still looking at, we had a couple of trades today and we'll look for more. Yeah, coach, will these fundamentals not cause change of trend in USD pairs? Yeah, it could change, as that's what I was discussing. So this because of the NFP, we could see even a change of trend. We see already change of trend. You see that if you look at the euro dollar, okay, now euro dollar, what you saw that the market has a breakdown right now. If euro dollar, let's say this is the, let me delete all of them, okay, so euro dollar was in a down in an uptrend, right? This is an uptrending market, all right. So euro dollar in an uptrend. Now we saw that there is the price was creating series of higher high and higher low, and with this head and shoulder the price failed to create a higher high. We saw that the breakdown right from this crossover of this 20 EMA. Now what we could see now, euro dollar, there are two probable scenario, is very less likely to happen is euro dollar is straight going to the upside, making it as a false breakout, which is also a probability to happen like that. Okay, a green candle that's a straight up, okay, like you see that more often in the market, and making it as a false breakout. And in that case, we will see the price is respecting this trend line, and we could see that the price is moving to the upside, which is less likely to happen. But the fundamentals supporting for drop on euro dollar. Okay, so if drop, then you can see that this market, when what it was consolidating here, it formed in fact a head and shoulder. You can see that, or whatever you want to say, we saw that there was a long consolidation with a head in it. And always you may not find a textbook head and shoulder like that. You see that there could be a head, couple of two shoulders, one shoulder, like the aliens. So human always have one head, left shoulder, right shoulder, but in trading you might see alien, like a head and two shoulders and the right shoulder and then a drop. So with that in mind, the price has in fact has a consolidation, and with that in mind we can expect now the price to go ahead and test this level. Now on the retest is a very important zone, because if we see that euro dollar, let's say, has gone up, test this level, support down resistance, and couple of candles has been rejected from this level, and then we can expect for the price to, if we see that there is a rejection, that means that the price is trying to drop further. In that case, we might see change of uptrend to a downtrend, and that we can expect for the price to continue to drop, which is a very important zone to look at. Or even we could see the price fail to go even to that zone, because there is a strong momentum, and in that case, let's say this one is forming a very narrow doji like that, then we can say that euro dollar even might come back another drop from here. So based on that, we'll look for potential trading opportunity, and which is likely to happen, because when the market breaks down, when the market trend, it normally follows a pattern, but when it started to break, you will see that sometimes it breaks without any notice, you might see that in fact might be coming to the support zone very fast, which could be in a 2 days or this week might even come down to that level, breaking all this low, in this just 2 days period of time. That could happen. Not I'm saying that it's gonna happen, but if you look at the past, you'll see when the market breaks, it normally breaks very, very strongly. Let me show you a couple. You see that when it start to break, it trends very aggressively. Okay, you see when it start to break, it breaks very aggressively when it, like this. So sometime you'll see that after this, you see the after this, like this kind of alien head and shoulder. Okay, this is the head, and then there are 3 shoulders here, and then 2 shoulders, almost 3 shoulders here, and the price has broken aggressively. Okay, so which is a probability to happen. So that's why we need to look at the observe the price action, then we will see exactly what euro dollar is going to do. But there is a fundamental factors in it that could lead the price to drop. Do you think it will drop down? Which one? Yeah, I think so. It looks like that. Good morning, coach. What's your outlook on euro GBP? Absolutely, I look at it. Is there any chance for the gold market to go up? Gold market, I still see that there is a bearish probability for short term, a certain level, but we'll look at it from what perspective you are saying. Please check euro USD. Absolutely, Elizabeth was a boss man. Why is gold dropping? I thought it will go up to 2060. Yeah, this is what we are discussing. We'll discuss more, Kumar, about US oil. Yeah, I'll look at it. Thanks, boss. Gold is doing well. Yeah, Shadi, thank you. Hey, coach, nice jacket. Thank you. So, coach, how about dollar yen? Yeah, absolutely. Look at dollar yen. Okay, so looking at again on okay, so looking at dollar yen, let's look at overall picture on dollar yen. Euro dollar. Tanvir, I don't see any buy on euro dollar yet. Okay, but it's up to you. Euro dollar, we see there is a breakdown, and I will not be looking to buy at the moment. Okay, so we look at on dollar yen. Okay, so let's look at dollar yen to see what it is trying to do. Now dollar yen, if I look at overall picture, we'll look at first of all, let's look at the fundamental, and then we'll do the full technical analysis and see where we can find dollar yen to be heading. So let me see the dollar yen technical. Okay, so the same factors that is contributing DXY to go up, we see that the same factor is contributing the dollar yen to rise up. Now so we have some news has come from BOJ. Let me look at that one, and then we'll see in fact how the price is doing. Okay, So the fundamental on DXY is the same factors that involving on dollar yen to rise up. So there is a greater chance of 25 bps lift on in the next FOMC policy meeting in May. And also there is some policy on BOJ. Okay, so we see that BOJ want to avoid sudden normalization in the policy. So there have some, let me look at that here. So new Bank of Japan's governor Kazuo Uda said on Monday that they want to avoid a sudden normalization in monetary policy as it would cause big impact on the market, as reported by Reuters. Okay, so there are some key takeaway from his notes is that we'll debate all policy options at every monetary policy meeting. So they are expecting that global economy is slowing and further slowdown is expected. So positive signs are emerging in prices. Okay, so we see that and okay, so from BOG we see there are some comment has come that causes yen to be weaker, and we saw that that contributed to also the dollar, as we need the dollar getting stronger because of the NFP and Fed decision coming up, and we see that little bit of weakness in yen that causes dollar yen to rise to the upside. So from the fundamental perspective we can see that dollar yen is currently bullish. So with that in mind, in all the USD pairs we could see that dollar yen might have a little bit of upward movement. So if we look at our a TF strategy, we see that from this 20 EMA a crossover, we see change of trend here. There's a big bullish engulfer has formed on dollar yen. If I look at multi-time frame perspective on dollar yen, we can see that from the monthly the price has created a series of higher low, and there is a big rejection from the support, creating series of higher low, causes dollar yen to move to the upside. Now with that movement, what we see that as the price has a bounce from this support level, we could see dollar yen is reaching this resistance zone again, and from that resistance we might see that dollar yen is rejecting. Now if I look at the weekly, we can see that previous week there is a doji. This week so far, because of the strengthening on DXY, we see that there is a significant bullish move coming on DXY. The way this price is forming, we might see this one is forming as a double bottom, and then we might see the price might try to create a new higher high. So JPY getting weaker because of BOJ's policy. As we can see, there is a comment, as I mentioned earlier, later is they will avoid sudden normalization, so that causes JPY to relax, which is during the, we saw that there was last month there was a bank collapsed, and suddenly we saw yen and gold got very stronger, and that bubble now coming down. So yen getting weaker and dollar getting stronger. So with that, dollar yen getting stronger, and I think that in all the pairs on gold and dollar yen might be dropping a little aggressively, because these are the two instruments that aggressively has gone to the upside. Yen got very stronger and gold got very stronger on the bank collapse. Now they might what goes up must come down. What has gone up, now we might see that they might coming down again, which is the reason we saw the dollar yen is getting a very strong bullish momentum. Now if I look at the daily, we can see that the price is respecting this trend line on the daily. This is the technical point of view on dollar yen. And keep in mind, you might say, okay, I don't have fundamental information, how do I trade with accuracy? Keep in mind that it is not necessarily required for you to be profitable to know the fundamental. As an analyst, I need to look at is to explain you the reason. If you don't have the access to fundamental, you still can be a profitable trader without going in depth in the fundamental. The reason is there is always a trace on the price action you can look at to see what might happening in the market. So there is a saying, I always mention that, you know, according to Nikola Tesla, he is a genius of all time. He says that if you want to know the secret of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency and vibration. Similarly, all secrets of the market is relies on market structure, price action and liquidity. These are the three main factors that you need to know to understand how the market moves. Now at the same time, if you have access to fundamental, you might be able to predict the overall, you might be able to know overall reason of the movement in the market. But for a short-term trader, if you don't have access to fundamental, that's completely fine. You're still okay to be a profitable trader as long as you know proper risk management, you understand the market structure, liquidity and price action. Let me know in the chat, guys, who are not sure about the market structure, liquidity and price action. Do you have any confusion about these three terms that you have heard? Let me tell you, let me give you an idea. If you are not sure, let me know in the chat. So we see that from a daily perspective on dollar yen, from the support, price is bouncing to the upside. Now with that bounce, there is a big imbalance in that zone. I think that the price will just continue to rise. So from the 4-hour perspective, we saw there is a big bounce with this bullish move, has broken out of this inverted head and shoulder from the lower time frame. From the 4-hour, we saw that dollar yen has broken out of this structure completely. So we saw that this is the head and the left shoulder and the right shoulder. We saw with this big bullish engulfer, the price has broken to the upside. I'll wait for a pullback along this zone, and then we can consider going long on dollar yen, which is a bullish market. I think that it might continue to rise unless we see that there is a very strong rejection from the top. That's why we need to see a pullback, because there is a strong impulse. We need to see the slower candles, smaller candles is being created, testing this previous resistance here as a support. Then we can expect to go long on Usdjpy. Okay guys, give a big like, everyone smash the like button and also hit that subscribe if you haven't done yet. Once you like, the stream is shown to more people, to the search engine. That really helps the channel, and also you will be at the top as you are watching this live. So make sure that you do that, and also Don't forget to subscribe. So I'm gonna pause for 2 seconds so everyone have time to do that. Amazing, thank you for that. So let's look at Charles Forex Wizard. No, Charles, our recommended broker is EverTrade. So Forex Wizard is our education. We provide trade alert, education, strategies, trading tools, everything. But we have a recommended broker that you can use. I'll put a link in the chat, guys. They are regulated brokers, so we offer a regulated broker. We recommend, I use EverTrade, so they are regulated in many areas. So if you can use our link, use a code wizard in your when you are opening the account. You will be entitled to have 40% welcome deposit if you are in the eligible country. So you can use that link to open an account with them. So what is the correlation between USD and oil? We'll talk about it. Shadi Turang, can you add me to the VIP channel? Okay, no problems, Turang, I will do that. No worries. I have just joined the live stream. What are the pairs that having? Don't, yeah, we'll look at it. GJ, Michael Crop, yeah, absolutely, we'll look at it. Okay, so looking at, okay, there is a question, what is the relationship between US oil and dollar? I don't see any very strong relationship between USD and oil. So oil is mostly related to CAD. It's fully related to CAD. So, and oil is very sensitive to news and economic growth. So it's related to CAD in terms of currency, and also CAD oil is related to economic growth. So when the economy is stronger, oil get expensive, oil become the price goes high because demand, everything depends on supply and demand. So oil demand increases, so oil become expensive. When economy started to slow down, the growth slow down, oil started to drop. So these are the main thing that I see on oil, especially when there is a big news for recession. The first thing drop is oil, and the first thing rise is gold and JPY. So oil for me is fully, in terms of currency, fully related to CAD and economic situation. Okay, I'm just looking at all of them before. Okay, so we'll look at GBP like the USDJPY. We see that GJ has a very strong bounce from here. I think this one also going to be strongly bullish. This candle on GBP which is a big bullish candle from this support. Now if you look at GBP this is 4-hour time frame, we see that multiple times in the support area we saw there is a big long wick candle, a big doji that has crossed all these dojis low and then closed above as a big bullish candle. We saw there is one here, big liquidity grab from the previous dojis low, and then with this one we have seen a big bullish engulfer followed by the price has come to the support again. It is, so there is a big preparation here for a big bullish move on GBP. Now if I look at the overall picture from the monthly, we can see that GJ after this previous monthly doji, the price opened with a gap. Initially we have seen that the price tried to break this support, it couldn't do it. Now we see that from the support there is a bounce. Now what I think that GJ, because the sellers couldn't break this low, we might see some attempt from the buyers now to the upside, which is likely to happen. Now if I look at the weekly, previous week there is a doji, so you saw that there is a big bullish engulfer followed by a doji. We could see some movement to the upside here, and as I mentioned earlier, you saw that there was a liquidity grab here and the price couldn't break this low. So because the sellers couldn't break this low, now the buyers taking control, and we can expect GJ to continue to rise to the upside. Now from the daily perspective, what we see that from the daily, this is the daily chart where we see there is already an impulse correction to the 20 MA. We see another impulsive phase. Now from the Fibonacci perspective on GJ, we see that the price has come to cross this 61.8% Fibonacci, starting with this one here, and we have seen that again the price moving to the upside. So we have quite a few confluence for this movement on GBP JPY. Now from the daily, we saw this is the daily 20 EMA is acting as a dynamic support, and we could see that the market might continue to rise. So looking back to the 4-hour, we see there is a, now this candle on GBP JPY, this is a typical bullish engulfer that has a long wick, healthy body, very good bullish price action. If we turn on our TF strategy, we see that according to our TF strategy, there is a buy alert along the zone, and that's why you see a big move to the upside. Now if you our lifetime member, then you should be able to access this TF indicator from your student dashboard, which is already available here. You can access this indicator from your student dashboard, and let us know if you have any issue accessing this TF indicator, available for all the students who are trading with us in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. Now if you are not, then I will invite you to join us to learn our strategies and also to trade with us to become an independent, professional, profitable trader. Let me know if you have any questions. So we see that GJ is also pushing to the upside, and I think that this will continue to rise. Now looking at even on the 5 minutes, we saw that there is a big move coming on this one here. So looking at that, let me see where we can find the next opportunity for us. Going back to the gold, as there is a candle close coming on gold on the 4-hour. So this 4-hour candle, as you have seen, these are the two trades that we have closed early today. Now from the 4-hour perspective, what I see, that you can see this is a bearish engulfer crossing this 20 EMA, and then from this level we have seen significant liquidity grab and then long rejection to the downside. So from the 1-hour, So you see that there is a from the 5 minutes. This is where, you know, let me tell you why, you know, these are the two trades that we have closed today. And now let's see how we can find the next trading opportunity. Now guys, this is the 15-minute chart. Now, you know, this session is mainly focused on learning. So if you really want to see how I select the trade that we have closed with profit on gold today, let me explain. That's a great learning will come for you. So you see that when I was posting analysis on YouTube early today from the 1 hour, I was pre-London session live when the price was here. This is what exactly I mentioned. You remember that I will be waiting for gold to go ahead and test the tail, you know, that's the 20 EMA on the 1 hour around this 2000 level, which is a psychological level. And this is what I exactly mentioned in my live session. Now what did I look at afterwards is I jump back to 15 minutes, and you can see that what the price did is, after this local movement to the upside, after this channel going to the upside, we have seen that in that zone on the 15 minutes, see, these are the liquidity. And first of all, there is a doji followed by another doji, a drop, and this is the trigger candle. Okay, look, as I mentioned that for a short, to be a profitable trader on a short-term perspective, you don't need a lot of stuff. You just need to know exactly when to trigger the button. Now this is the candle that I have sold. Exactly, you can see that it's the trade that at 2000 we have sold when the price was here, and our TP was at here. So it exactly came down and has given us the profit. Now I want to explain to you the trade so that you can learn exactly how I'm trading. Before I go to that one, let me tell you, let me know exactly, do you understand the liquidity here, why this candle became so much powerful that it drops, and why did I sold, so that you can pick the same trade for yourself next time. So let me know in the chat that how do you understand the liquidity in that area. Okay, gold, Vinayak, gold, please start it. So look at gold. First, I want to know from you guys, what is the factors here that very important, that when you are selling the market, what do you look at here? And to us, sir. Okay, Molody Yusuf. Okay, yeah, we'll look at it. Okay, Elizabeth, no. All right. Okay. So the key points here is, okay, so firstly, let me replay this one here. Let's say when this market has formed that way, okay, as you can see, there is already a couple of dojis that has given a sell alert. Okay, along with this green one also is a strong liquidity. Okay, now once we see this price pattern here, there is a huge selling pressure. A lot of retail trader sold this market like this. Okay, now keep in mind what I'm explaining to you is the one that the big hedge funds, big investors use this strategy. It's called liquidity trading strategy, or grabbing liquidity, whatever you want to name it. In the fundamental level is the liquidity grab. So why it is so important? Because, you know, at the end of the day, trading is a game between the buyers and sellers. So when you are selling a market, when you put your stop loss here, okay, your stop loss is a buy order. So let's say you sold this market, you are very happy, okay, I sold because there is a very important area of value. We saw back to back two dodges created a lower high with this green candle. Also the price grab liquidity, very good place for potential selling, and you sold. And now with you, everyone is selling because everyone understand the price action, including the big boys. Now the matter happens, once you understand how the market moves, it becomes very easy for you to understand actually how to trade. Now keep in mind that when everyone is selling, then there is a problem. The problem is that who will be buying? Because if the market wants to move, there has to be a buyer and there has to be a seller in the market. The buyers and the seller, there has to be interaction between them, or there has to be a transaction between the buyers and the sellers. Now when you, me, everyone is selling, big boys also want to sell. Now big boys means the big investors who are the market mover, they also want to sell. Now, if they want to sell, they need buyer. Where they find the buyer in the market? Can you tell where they can find the buyer? Now because they don't have a buyer, they will make you buyer. How do you do that? Because you sold, you place your stop loss here, okay. Now when you sell, your stop loss is a buy order. Now let's replay the chart. What happened? You see that exactly it hit everyone's stop loss here in that zone. Now when it hit the stop loss, the buyers turn into the sellers turn into buyer, okay. Now once the retail trader who was selling this market from here turn into a buyer, then big boys sold this market. And once you know when the big boys are selling, you will be selling with them. And this is what we did exactly when I have taken this trade. And this candle is the big boys selling candle. And once you know which one is the big boys selling candle, you know exactly when to sell the market with a very high profitability. And we did that, and because of that we saw that the market has dropped aggressively from that zone. We have taken profit almost 1-to-1, but we could hold it, as you know that this is how the market moves. So once you know that, it becomes much easier for you, in fact, to predict the market, okay. So we see that now the price is, as I mentioned, that it's the 15-minute chart. We see after this big bearish candle, the price is forming selling pressure. Let me see. Okay, so we see that the price already on the daily, this is the daily low so far. So it might continue to drop, or you might see again going up for a deeper pullback. So the selling zone we have already sold. Now let's look at to find if there is any opportunity coming up very soon. As soon as we will find, we'll jump on a trade, but what I see that from the daily, you can see the price already on the daily low, and from here we could see further drop. But at the same time, as the price on the daily low, we just need to see what's happening, because we need to see a pullback for selling again, or we need to see a drop and then pull back for selling again. Okay, so we will be waiting for further drop on this one. I think that the market will continue to drop. This 4-hour candle is closing here. Okay, we see euro dollar also coming down. So there is a significant change in trend in the market. So I'm just looking at euro dollar, GBP USD. Okay, we see that GBP USD also has a significant rejection. I normally love to sell gold with a very tight stop loss. Okay, you can see that gold that we have sold, I have put only few pips stop loss just above this high, and that has in fact a significant drop. And I love to do that way, okay, because I want my students to have a very small risk, especially on gold, with a bit more profit on it. And that's why I keep a very tight stop loss, and I trade from a very, very important area of value. So let's see a 1-hour candle close on gold. Okay, so there is one probability for gold is suddenly to drop to this level, 1970 level, okay, or 1969, 1970 level, which is very high probability. Now you can see there's a crossover of 10 and 20 EMA on the 4-hour, which is a sign of change of local trend. Okay, now for me, for the gold to selling condition is, in case it reached to this 20 EMA on the 4-hour again to that level, which is 2000 level, then I'll straight sell, or I'll wait for to give me suitable entry along this zone, which is also one probability to happen. If it does, then we will be selling straight from here. Otherwise, let's see what it is doing. Even it could, as I mentioned, it could have a drastic drop to this level. Okay, guys, long time we didn't discuss about the trading psychology. While gold is creating a movement. Let me know how you are doing in your trading psychology. Are you doing well, or are you facing anything in your trading psychology? Let me know so that I know. If you do, you have any questions specific to trading psychology. Good day here from London. Thank you, Bruter. Thanks for joining. Elizabeth, candle closure, great job. Moise, raising wedge pattern in gold, nice sell off. Yeah, sir, please explain further. Thank you. Can you explain fully about trigger candle? Trigger, yeah. So we discussed on this one already, and these things a little bit of, this, there you see, this is a 1 hour chart, and there is a nice looking selling pressure here from this our RTF strategy. Now these things, in fact, I sometimes say, guys, that it's not a one-day job. I want you to be patient a little bit and pay attention everything that I'm explaining every day, and day after day. You'll see that on the first day it might be a little bit of tough, and over time I know that you become very, very good at it. See, trust me, on the first day when I started my trading, on not only first day, in the first year, I did not understand anything. Why this candle is forming. I was asking millions of questions. When should I enter the trade? When should I go long? When should I, buy, sell? And the wise man says that the more you learn, the more you will discover your that you how much you don't know. It's true to everyone. The less one knows, the more he or she thinks that he or she knows. This is what happened. So in the beginning, when I started my trading, I thought that I know. After maybe 1 or 2 months or 3 months, I took a workshop, and then I feel like that, okay, it's very easy. I just press the button and buy and sell and make money. And I quit my job. I gain 100k trading account, and then I lose overnight all of them. Now that was a disaster, and a big lesson also came with me to learn from that mistake that I made in trading, not only one, couple of times. And I blown the first account that I have blown, second account, third account, I think the 5 account in a row I have blown out, including this 100k plus 5k, 10k, like that, and a lot of mistakes along the way. And I learned that actually how trading works. Now after a lot of mistakes going through this, then I realized that actually at the end of the day, now what I understand is that it's not, if I remember back that time and now, I feel like that, why did I took that much of big risk? I could easily take a small risk and trade it and being patient. So what is the difference between that time and this time is that now when the market tries to, let's say this candle on gold is a bearish candle, I'm very confident, for example, that the price may continue to drop, but sometime I'm wrong, it goes up. That time also the similar way, maybe I was not that much of confident that in the beginning that the price will drop, but if I manage my risk, if I keep a big profit target, if I hold the trade, I would still be profitable in that time. So the difference between that time and this me and that me is some fundamental difference that is not technical. The difference is that the patience, that I didn't have the patience, now I have the patience. I had a huge fear when I was trading that time, fear of losing. Now I overcome that zone. I was greedy, sometimes very greedy. Okay, it's a fundamental, or it's a primordial human nature. I was greedy, that I confess this. Now I understand that when I'm getting greedy, and I I create a self-awareness, say to myself that, okay, I'm getting greedy, the price have to be control myself. I was not in discipline, okay? One day I was trading on 5 minutes, next day 1 hour, next day daily, and I was not following any strategies. So these are the basic difference between that and this. So the reason I'm sharing with you, if you are on the same journey, what I would say that trading is not hard, is mainly we need to first to learn to overcome our own difficulty. That's why Jesse Livermore said that the greatest enemy of a trader of himself. So if you are trading for some time, that how many times you close a trade that just could give you everything that you are looking for. So it's okay, but it's a journey. So the main thing here is always keep a very smaller risk, unless you have a strategy, unless you have a very experienced, you are trading with someone can guide you in their journey. That's a different story. But if you're trading your own, if you're trying to learn your own, that I would say that the first thing that you can do is take a very smaller risk, use a smaller account, and keep a big vision. Look at the bigger picture always, okay? Think that after 2 years, 3 years, 4 years of time, you gain financial freedom. It's a big deal, okay? So that's how you can do that. So you see that gold now, as expected, we see some selling coming. Let's let the price to create a false breakout to the upside, and then we could find selling opportunity. I think that gold, the way it is seeing, you see, I think this is a newly developed downtrend, and we might see this market it might be coming down to the daily 20 EMA as I expected, which is a very high probability to happen. So this is the daily 20 EMA. Let me look at it on the daily on gold. So which is around 19, I think it will go back to 1968. After this long bearish angle, we might see, I think we might see a doji here, and with the doji we might see the price is continuing to the downside. Highly likely it will break this 1976 level and then will continue to drop. Patience, space, yeah, absolutely, Paco. Patience is the key, okay? Patience is the key, and not only in trading, in every area of our life, patience is the key, okay? You know that when you are patient, any problem you can solve. I saw it's not any problem you have that you can't solve, just leave it aside, forget it, do something else, let it go. And once you let it go, come back after some time, some days, depending on the complexity of the problem, you see that the solution will come to you, no doubt. This is how patience is very important. Felix, good morning. Favor GBPCAD, my friend. Yeah, absolutely. CHN, absolutely. It's an explanation rejection candle. Okay, so explanation on rejection candle. Okay, how to be all this question. So first of all, GBPCAD. Let me look at. Okay, so GBPCAD, looking at the daily, looking at weekly, what do we see that GBPCAD monthly? Okay, so this is a bullish market. From the monthly, we have seen after this previous monthly bullish candle, this month so far has made a move. Now it is coming down. I think that the price might come to the monthly support zone again in this monthly opening and closing area. If I look at the weekly, we can see that from the weekly, after this previous weekly close, once the price was creating series of lower high, this week once the market opened, we saw that initial drop, and I think that highly likely the price might come to this support level or to this level, and then we could see that bullish move. Looking at the daily, see the price was, there's a support here, created this move. So it's a weaker trend, but it's still bullish. You can see the price is creating series of higher low. What I think that you see there is a big move and then consolidation has dropped. Let it drop further. Okay, I think from this level we might see that Gbpusd is forming bullish. So for the lower time frame on Gbpusd, we could see a drop to this level. Okay, so from 4 hour we saw that there is a long bearish candle, which in fact now from this structure, so the structure has created on Gbpusd, this channel has broken down. Now the price is going up again. I think that the price will go to this level, test this 20 EMA along this zone. We could see again selling pressure coming, and in that move I think Gbpusd highly likely could come to this zone where there is a back-to-back quite a few candles has formed this resistance here, support here of this reversal, has broken to the upside, highly likely will come back down to this previous resistance turn support, and from here we might see that Gbpusd is trending to the upside. So from this zone we might see Gbpusd again coming to the downside. CHFJPY, we saw that initially today CHFJPY has a big bullish move. Okay, so in all the JPY pairs, CHFJPY has formed this big bullish engulfer, followed by, this is a typical, I love this kind of candle to buy. You can see the daily, there is a big bullish engulfer on the daily already, followed by a doji. Now the market is significantly bullish. This is a textbook bullish market. We see that from the daily there is a long buy alert from this zone on the daily. According to our TF strategy, we saw this buy alert, big bullish engulfer followed by a doji, which is a continuation pattern. This is our strategy. We do have a specific strategy to exactly to trade. So this is our TF strategy applying. This is our another strategy, stationary strategy applying. From here we can see that the price now pushing to the upside. From the 4 hour we can see that there was a double bottom, liquidity gap has broken to the upside. Again the price has come back to the support zone. This bullish engulfer is a textbook bullish candle, and I think that this market will continue to rise in that direction. We'll be looking for potential. After closing of this candle, I will go long on GBP CHF, pardon me, CHFJPY. This one I missed. If I saw this one early enough, I would enter directly from here. Means that I will wait for a pullback to the downside. This is a bullish candle, a very strong bullish price action on this one. Okay guys, in the meantime, if you are looking for a regulated broker, also there is a link of EverTrade in the chat given. You can use that link to join the EverTrade. Using our link, using our code, you can find you can have 40% welcome bonus. So they are regulated, so your capital will be in the safe hand. I would recommend you to join if you're looking for a regulated broker. So let's look at now all the USD pairs again. Before I jump onto that, let me look at gold. Okay, so you see that gold pushing to the upside. Okay, in case gold is coming to this 20 EMA, we will be selling again from this 2000 level if it reach that zone, which is also probability to happen. There's a 1 hour 20 EMA at 1998 level, which is the 4 hour 20 EMA 2000 level. Okay, so if gold might do that. If it does, there will be an awesome place for potential selling opportunity on gold. Okay, so we'll keep that gold aside. Let me look at NASDAQ. Okay, NASDAQ, what we have seen that okay, so I'll just look at this price here. But what I see the NASDAQ, if I look at the daily, I'll just look at a bigger picture first, monthly. Now, from the monthly perspective on NASDAQ, we have seen that first of all, after this monthly crossover, this is the monthly bullish engulfer that has a significant liquidity gap from the bottom here. This is a big bullish engulfer on NASDAQ. Now with that big bullish engulfer, the price has crossed the monthly high, and then we saw that slowly the price coming down for a deeper pullback. Now this is a bull market, as you know that from the higher time frame perspective. Now if I look at the weekly, what do you see that from the weekly time frame, there's a big bullish impulse followed by a doji. Now this week also the price coming down. What I think that we might see a little further down, as after this move we can expect a pullback. If I look at the daily, what we see that from the daily time frame, there is already a daily impulse followed by consolidation. There has been another impulse. We see that market is consolidating along this zone. I think that very highly likely this is a bull flag on the daily. You can see that now after this move, bull flag, we can expect a little further downside to this daily 20 EMA, grabbing liquidity and then trending to the upside. From the lower time frame, what we see that Nasdaq already has formed, there is a one head and shoulder here which led that instrument to drop, has gone up again, tested the neckline of this support and resistance. We have seen that there is another head and shoulder. We have seen a breakdown. Now what I think that what we could expect on Nasdaq to go ahead and test this neckline again. Okay, this support which is turned resistance here, and from this zone we can expect the price to continue to drop. So any kind of pullback to the upside will give us selling opportunity on Nasdaq, but I think that this instrument may continue to drop further, which is very likely to happen from what we see from the lower time frame perspective. Okay, so Nasdaq is currently bearish. And looking at US30, now from the daily on US30, we see that this market also has formed this pattern here. There is a triangular pattern on the daily, and what we see initially a liquidity gap from the top, and the price was consolidating in this narrow range. What we see that today initially the price tried to penetrate this support. From the lower time frame, we see that this market is trading this very narrow range. What I think that with the weakening of gold and strengthening of DXY, I think that US30 also initially will break to the downside, and then we might see the trending to the upside. The way it is forming series of lower high is a sign of breakdown. I think that US30 will break down, okay, to the downside, and then we can expect it to go bullish. So for the time being, we could see downward bias on US30 as well as in NASDAQ. Dr. Osman, what is the best time frame to use 20 and 10? Yeah, okay, yeah. Thanks for gold analysis, no problem, Job. Thank you. Think about please check US30. So US30, the way I see, we could see short-term drop. Now for the question from Dr. Osman, what is the best time frame to use 10 and 20 EMA? Now for me, the best time frame, there is no exact best time frame. You can use in any time frame, but the higher is better. But again, it 10 and 20 EMA normally very less work on weekly and monthly, mostly work very well in daily and 4-hour, and also it works on 5 minutes and 15 minutes. But I normally use on the 4-hour and daily on the direction of the trend, because when you see the price is respecting this 20 EMA, you'll see that it will keep respecting for a very long time. Let me show you a couple of examples. Let's say this is the 4-hour, right? You see the price respected here 20 EMA, and it respected here, almost is respected here, it respected here, it respected almost here. Now the similar way you see it respected here. So whenever the price which are these respected here, and this is how it works. Now if you go to the lower, so here also the same thing, it respected here, here. So when it started to respect, it respect a lot along the way. And 10 and 20 EMA normally is a very healthy. You can see this is the gold chart, and it was respecting this, here a little bit of break to the upside, but almost here, and it was respecting all the way along here. Okay, big movement to the upside. And because of that, my strategy that I use, this is the gold chart, and I use based on the crossover, like combining with 10 and 20 EMA along with the price action, and also you consider some aspect of fundamental news release that we use in our news and price action trading strategy. And if you want to know that strategy, there is also option available for you. There is a link in the description. You can find the link, visit the website, and also there is a link at the top of the chat if you want to learn our strategies and also trade with us in our Forex Trading Wizard Academy. As you have seen today, we had back-to-back 2 winning trades on gold. This is the last one that we have won close to it profit. In the morning also we had a big gold trade which is also profit. I'll look forward to have more. If you want to see all of them, trade with us and also be part of a trading community. We have a VIP chat group where you have an option to interact with other traders relating to the trading and understanding the market, sharing your knowledge with others, and also gain knowledge from other experienced traders. Then this is the best option available in my opinion. That this is the best trading education in my opinion you can find. You can link in the description area, and also you can visit the website, join us to learn our strategies and also to trade with us. So how to join? So to join, you can visit the website. Let me give you website address, so you can visit the website and then click join now button. So if you want to access everything for the rest of your life, I would recommend you to join lifetime access, so that you can become a lifetime member of Forex Trading Wizard Academy for all the educational content as well as for all the alerts and trading tools coming already there is yours. So let's look at USD ZAR. I saw that some request came from USD ZAR. We saw that there is a big bullish move on USD ZAR because of the strengthening on DXY. On the daily, we see that price has a, after this doji, making this one as a liquidity gap, USD ZAR has a big bounce to the upside. Now with that bounce, if I look at the monthly, what we see that there is already, after this previous monthly close, we saw that the sellers even couldn't create new lower low. We see that there's a big bullish move on USD ZAR. Now with that bullish move, what we see that the price has created a higher low and then has a big bounce to the upside. From the weekly, we can see there's a big bullish engulfer from this 20 EMA. As we discussed a couple of minutes ago, USD ZAR has a big bounce to the upside. From the daily, there is a huge liquidity gap from this support. We saw that this support was broken to the downside and then immediately has gone up, making it as a false breakout. Now with that false breakout, we saw that price has created this movement to the upside. So from the lower time frame, from the 4 hour, we see that there's a big bullish move here on USD ZAR. Now with that big bullish move from this structure, we saw that USD ZAR has a big bounce to the upside, and I think that this price will continue to rise in this direction. So any kind of pullback will give us potential trading opportunity on USD ZAR, which is significantly bullish. Dollar CAD. Okay, we'll look at USD CAD. Now USD CAD, as you can see, we see that is strengthening in dollar, which can give us potential bullish opportunity on USD CAD. We see this is the daily chart. If I look at the weekly, we saw after this previous weekly pin bar, as you can see, we saw that USD CAD was creating series of higher low. Now after this weekly pin bar, as the price started a bullish move, we could see now this market might be going up and probably will create a new higher high. Because if it is a bearish market, we could see that the price couldn't break this weekly high, which is very likely to happen if it were a bearish market. Because we saw that there is a change in fundamental, I think the dollar CAD started its bullish move with pin bar at the bottom, and we can expect now this one to continue to rise. From the monthly also, we see the price after this monthly low has broken well below, now pushing high, and we could see in this move what I think that dollar CAD highly likely might go to test this resistance or even breaking this high. Looking at the daily, we can see that from the daily perspective, price reversed from here. Now from this 20 EMA, we might see short-term selling pressure, but what I think that we might see an inverted head and shoulder, probably will form a doji here. With this inverted head and shoulder, we could see that dollar CAD is going to the upside. So from the lower time frame, we see that dollar CAD already has formed a channel here on the lower time frame. We saw the breakout from the channel. Now the price is testing this previous resistance here as a support. So we will be waiting for, let's say, back-to-back two dojis here can give us potential buying opportunity on dollar CAD. I think that this market will continue to rise to the upside. Okay, we see that gold, after pullback to the upside, there is the price is now slowly moving to, so we see a pin bar on the 15. Let me see. an imbalance in that zone. There's a very high probability for gold now to drop from here. Really want to see daily high is broken, this 1 hour high. See this 15-minute pin bar. This one has a good amount of liquidity. But I would really see the price has gone up again. I would sell. Spin bar is a very strong selling zone. It's not giving me an option to go. If it pushing to the upside, we could initiate a sell position here. Okay, there's a big, as I mentioned, there is a drop. Didn't give us to sell. See that. So there is a massive drop now on gold. It's a very strong bearish price action here on gold, what I see. Okay, as per CUT, Chancelim sold gold 2001. Can you hold on? As per CU institutional traders long on gold. Okay, so see this 15 minutes pin bar is a quite significant selling candle here. So from the 5 minutes, okay, so if I delete all of them, so there is a very high probability now gold for to drop to this weekly support level, and I think that very highly likely gold will come down and test this weekly low. Okay, and then from here we might see that gold is pushing to the upside. Now from the daily we see that the price is coming down to this zone where there is that, so this is the daily 20 EM area. We have sold this candle so far drop, and see this is the, there's a long week candle here, right, on the daily. You could see okay, so we could see that, as you can see, this is a, this candle is our going to close in 3 hours 15 minutes at the end of the new York session, and then there'll be one more candle before daily. Patience is the key. Okay. So I normally look for a very strong liquidity gap such as this one. This is the candle that, you know, in this whole days I got 2 trades that really was impressive, and I didn't miss any one of them. This one is one here with this doji, which is a very important candle. You can see after this big drop, price has gone up from this doji, which has a significant liquidity gap from the top. And this one, the other one, is impressive liquidity gap here. So in all my strategies, I use liquidity as the primary driving force. So with that too, we see a drop. Now there is this 15 minutes pin bar also has a liquidity from the top, but it could be violated. Okay, you could see the price has gone up again because there is a little bit of imbalance here. Yeah. I normally look for an overextended market. If you see an imbalance, you could see the price has gone up again to grab liquidity from here, fill that imbalance. We could see a straight drop from here. So far this doji is a bearish candle, but it's not that much of impressive candle that I'm looking for. So you see the dollar yen is in fact has a big bullish engulfer followed by this narrow candle. If you look at the 4-hour, what you see that there's from the 4-hour perspective, dollar yen has this big bullish engulfer followed by this current one also showing a strong bullish move. Now dollar yen is in all of them. I see dollar yen is very strongly bullish because of the weakness in yen and the strengthening in dollar, both of them contributing together. I see that gold is and dollar yen now currently very good pair for potential trading opportunity, and I will be waiting for an entry on dollar yen for a swing trade. So once you see the price has given us an entry point, we can go long because there is already a strong bullish engulfer. So if we trade this one, there is a bit more bigger gap. I'll wait for any pullback along this zone. Once the candle close, we'll look for potential buying opportunity because dollar yen, as you can see, has broken all this resistance zone. There is a free rise to the upside, and very highly likely that it might continue to rise at least 230-50 pip above or more to the upside on dollar yen. Gilberto, thank you. Always amazing to hear that, which is very important. You know, the alert that's sent to you guys so that you can enjoy the profit and also learn, because keep in mind everything here, keep everything as educational as possible. You know, the trade that I send is just for you so that you can learn. My goal is so that you can become an independent trader, which is very important, so that you can learn and become, because if you are, you know, relying fully on my you know, trade alert, I will not recommend you to do that, because at the end of the day you have to be an independent professional profitable trader so that you can catch the trade by yourself, you can find the trade by yourself, the way that, you know, so that you can become an independent professional trader. this is the goal, so so that you know how to trade, you become your own boss in your trading journey. That's the goal of Forex Trading Wizard Academy. So make sure that you always keep learning, keep asking questions, don't hesitate to ask. That's why we started a very good Q&A session in our VIP chat group every day, asking questions, sending charts, so that you can keep learning, keep growing as a trader, to speed up your learning process. And there will be always on this more and more. So let me look at we are on it for long. So DXY, we see keep pushing high, AUD, so yen getting weaker, gold getting weaker, and we see that GBP USD slowly in a pullback. Gold, we see that I think this will drop further to the downside. And dollar Swiss franc pushing high, dollar CAD also forming a doji. I think this one also will continue to rise. Dollar yen, we see that significant bullish move, and USDs are also showing bullish move. I think US oil will come down to this support, fill that gap, and then we could see again going to the upside. NASDAQ is going up for a pullback until we see it has come down. We'll keep watching US30 also in a completely sideways. So yeah, these are the pairs that we'll look to see, especially gold, GBP JPY, USD JPY, euro dollar, and GBP USD. I will keep watching for the next session to see which one is giving again trading opportunity. As you have seen, we already have closed 2 gold trades today with profit, and I look forward to have more trades coming up in the pipeline. And I will come on live again, as I mentioned, that any trade, high probability trade, I need to see a good trade to give you guys in this live session, so that you guys can enjoy the trade. And any trade will come in the live session. I will try to open, and I will come on live again tomorrow in New York session as well as in pre-London session. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, and also press that bell notification. And don't hesitate to ask me any question if you want to trade with us and also learn our strategies. Also, you can visit the website, join us to become an independent, professional, profitable trader. So with that said, I'm gonna end this session. I hopefully that you enjoyed. Let me know in the chat if still I didn't answer any question. Thank you very much. Stefan's here. You are always welcome. Thank you for that. Okay, so GBP CAD. Okay, GBP CAD from Sun. Okay, we see that GBP CAD from the lower time frame, we see that now the price is rejecting. As you can see this from this channel, the price has broken. Now we see the price again slowly rejecting. I think the GBP CAD may try to go up again to test the zone, and then we could see that coming down again. Mohana, thank you very much for your appreciation. Okay guys, I'll see you again. Hopefully that you enjoyed. I'll see you again tomorrow in this live session as well as in the pre-London live session, and I will try to open trades as soon as I will find the opportunity that we did on the NFP session. As you have seen, AUD USD, in fact it come out to be a winning trade to the downside, as long as you manage your move to your stop loss during the spread widening during the weekend. And if you didn't do that, I don't know what happened to you, but it came to the right place to give us the profit target. So thank you. I'll see you soon again in the next live session. Elizabeth, thank you very much.